Aloha, Johnny here with Functional Patterns. In today's video, we'll cover 2 exercises that will help you with your jumping mechanics. So we're gonna attack some pendulum squat variations here. I want you guys to grab some dumbbells, whatever weight you're capable of using. And this first one here is gonna be focused heavily on the concentric phase of the movement, okay, going up from a squat. We're gonna go right to a lateral view. I want you guys to take a bilateral stance, and you're gonna start by swinging the weights at your side back and forth. This is gonna set up the momentum and the parabolic motion needed for this movement. Once you go here, when the weights swing back, you're gonna drop into hip flexion. And when you're here, you wanna make sure that you go into an adequate amount of closed chain dorsiflexion, knee flexion, hip flexion, and trunk flexion to sustain yourself here. This is just gonna be about an athletic stance, okay? Where you would be moving from, where you would be jumping from. That's where you wanna go to at the bottom. So going back to the weights, weight swing back, drop into hip flexion, knee flexion, all that. And when you go up, you're gonna wait for the weights to swing up slightly, then you're gonna apply a downward force through the floor to bring yourself up. And from here, I have a couple of options. I could swing the weights all the way overhead like I'm doing, go into an overhead extension. I can go into a bicep curl. I can go shoulder height with the weights. But the main thing is, I want you guys to take note of the delay between the weights and the rest of my body. The weights swing down, boom, pull myself into that squat. Knee flexion, hip flexion. Okay, and on the way up, the weights drive up slightly ahead of your body, and then you push through the floor. For the second variation, we're gonna focus on the eccentric tension of the squat. We're gonna take that same bilateral stance, start by swinging the weights at your side, but this time we're gonna go into the squat on the upwards motion of the dumbbells. So I'm gonna go here and pull down. You can see that I'm doing like a double bicep curl, but the weights swing back, boom, then I pull myself into hip flexion, knee flexion, trunk flexion. Okay, just priming that deceleration going down. To progress this even further, we can take the first motion and turn it into an actual jumping motion, leaving the ground a little bit. So I'm gonna go here, pendulum swing, and pull myself up at the top of that acceleration. So going here, drop down, pendulum squat, weights go up, then you're gonna pull yourself into that slight triple extension. Okay, so we're going from deceleration to acceleration, leaving the ground. Hope you guys found that useful. Be on the lookout for more tutorials. If you try this one out, leave us a hashtag functional patterns. I'll see you guys next time.